Welcome to the Twisted English Stories podcast. I'm your host, Frank Davis. This is Season 2, Episode 1. And today's story comes from us. Today's story comes to us from a newspaper story that was written in the 1940s about a young boy who saved his buddy at the public swimming pool. He was later awarded a medal by the mayor or by the school superintendent. And it really touched me because I thought it was a very positive story. And my imagination got the best of me, and this story was written. It's available in the Twisted English Omnibus, available on Amazon, or wherever fine books can be had. Hope you enjoy it. Remember to like and follow us on YouTube and Spotify. It really helps the show. Let's jump right in. Hero boy saves friend. James and Fred arrived at the pool, which was crowded as usual for a summer's day. The two boys were neighbors, and although James was 2 years older, they were best friends. "Swimmers are the best," James repeated. "No, they ain't. Wrestlers are the best. They're stronger," Fred asserted. It was a familiar argument and one the two boys often had. "Can a wrestler swim the English Channel?" James had planned his line of questioning carefully. "Can Jimmy Weissmuller beat Louis Thez?" Fred answered with a question of his own. "Of course he can. He's Tarzan." "Sheesh. Sheesh yourself. We're here. Let's get wet." "You're already all wet, you big dope," Fred joked. "You're bigger than me, though I'm older, so you're a bigger dope," James laughed. The boys entered the coolness of the building. They signed the book at the counter and made their way to the changing room. A few minutes later, they were in the pool. The pool depth of 12 feet facilitated the high diving platform. The high dive had made the pool a popular destination for young daredevils like James. Fred preferred to stay in the shallower end of the pool. They moved slowly towards the deep end, doing cannonballs and jackknives off the edge of the pool. After half an hour, James looked at Fred and said, "High dive time. You come in?" "No, I'll wait here," Fred replied. "You're all wet," James kidded. "We're both all wet," the younger boy said. James climbed the high platform. He felt exhilarated standing on the edge of the board so high up. He looked around the pool for Fred and then froze in alarm. Fred had ventured too far from the shallow side of the pool, and his feet couldn't touch bottom. He bobbed up and down, waving his arms frantically. He was trying to push off the bottom of the pool and launch himself up through the surface of the water to breathe air. He was quickly tiring. To anyone but James, it looked like Fred was playing. James knew better. He knew Fred was drowning. James jumped from the high dive, trying to reach Fred. He hit the water feet first, as if trying to run across the surface of the pool. He swam strongly towards Fred. James circled one arm around Fred's neck and with the other started to pull towards the side of the pool. James was suddenly out of breath. His head was barely above water as he flailed toward the side of the pool. He felt the dead weight of Fred's body begin to pull him down. Suddenly, the boys were yanked violently from the water. The boys were nearly exhausted when Michael Long, the swimming instructor, pulled them to safety. They lay panting poolside as a crowd of concerned swimmers gathered round. "Swimmers or wrestlers?" James asked, gasping for breath. He was spent. "Wrestlers," Fred answered, just above a whisper. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Twisted English Stories podcast. I'm your host, Frank Davis. Please remember to give us a like and a follow on YouTube and Spotify. And we'll see you next time. Twisted English Stories podcast. This is Frank Davis here at Twisted English Stories podcast headquarters. You can hear the street noise all around me. It's a busy day. I wanted to remind you that we are very appreciative of the support, and we appreciate you following us on YouTube and Spotify. if you would like to use the stories that we tell here, they can be found in the Twisted English Omnibus. This is available on Amazon. What I mean by use is use in your ESL classroom. That being the case, if you are using our material in the ESL classroom, DM me and I'd be happy to send you a PDF of free worksheets based on all of the stories that we tell here. And thank you so much for your support. Frank Davis out.